What's up, world? How's it going? How's it hanging? What's up? What's going on, Big Z? Big ZJ? How's it hanging? It is already so hot in Las Vegas. It should be better for the chat. I gotta turn my fan on. At least until the matches start. Let me know if the audio quality tanks, guys. I'm gonna turn the fan off during the actual gameplay, but it is hot already. Very warm. We went from having like the coldest winter of all time, and now we're gonna have the hottest summer of all time. Who do you guys think is gonna win? Who do you guys think is gonna go 3-0 tonight? What characters are gonna 3-0? Hmm? A lot of people got Dabi 2. Dabi 2 is high on some lists. That makes sense to me. Spinner, your boy Charles is playing Spinner. Okay. Okay, that's a bold choice, but it could get there. He's certainly not the worst League of Villains character. Far from it. We got one Spinner 3-0. We have a vote for Muscular 3-0. I hope top 8 is all Dabis so people can stop coping.
Is that Levi just wanting people to play the all symbol?
He really means he wants it to be all symbol Dabi, guys. He wants it to be 8 Dabis on the all symbol. All Dabi is one of the best all symbol decks as far as things that make me want to play the all symbol. I will say that. As far as if you told me I had to play the all symbol for a whole tournament, that might be up there. I'm gonna see if I can't fix my chat box before everything gets started. How bad does that look? It's almost there. Dabi is literally worse than Tokoyami. I don't think that's true. I think that they're just different enough that one is not going to be strictly better than the other. But that could be wrong with how metas take shape. But I don't think that they're quite similar enough. I guess you could contend like who's a better Azure Inferno deck. And I do think Tokoyami is the better Azure Inferno deck. I don't know if I'd go as far as to say Dabi is worse Tokoyami. What's up, Ty Shadow? Did you ever get in touch for those nightmare cards? How is that progressing? If I gotta send you a nightmare, I will. I'll just have to track one down. What do you guys think of the overlay? I'm still trying to fix it up to get it just right. It's gonna be a one-man show as well, so please be patient with me. Be kind. I'm co-streaming. This is an unofficial side stream. But I am still, you know, getting permission from Jasco and from Unfun Stuff, so nobody act a fool in chat, okay? I actually got set up for heavy moderation. Yeah. I got the chat settings turned up for extra auto moderation. So hopefully it won't be anything that slips through. It shouldn't be too bad. Ooh, let's spy on the player meeting. Have they gone live on the official? Have they gone live on the Unfun Stuff yet? Oh, weird.
Are tiebreak rules, which we'll get into in a moment. All cards must be kept in camera view at all times. Failure to do so may result in a game loss. Your hands must generally be kept in camera view whenever possible. If your hand leaves the camera view, the hand should be shown on the camera, palm up before touching any cards to ensure that your hand is empty and no outside elements are being introduced to the match in progress. It is your responsibility to ensure that you are playing with a stable enough internet connection to ensure every...
Alright, he's got a nice spiel, but you guys know all those rules, right? You guys know how webcam rules work. I'm very curious how many musculars are going to be there and how many are going to be like in sideboards. I wonder if someone tried to bring a non-League of Villains character in their sideboard and was just like, you said I couldn't have it as my starting character or whatever. But I don't think that slipped through at all. It's like an easy one to catch and just be like, nope, not allowed. Not actually allowed. I just nuked my chat by changing the settings. Sucks. Trying to see if, yeah, the black text, black font looks better on this background. Not much better. Why is it all the way over to one side? Oh well. I'll get it set up right one day. Pretty soon I'm hoping to just get like official overlays and just have someone come through and put everything in for me and switch between them. Right now everything's pretty much custom. Looks like we're about 5 minutes away here. I'm very, very curious. I wouldn't be surprised to see a lot of All for Ones either. All for One has some pretty good game plans. Ultimate Combination is one hell of a card. It should be starting in 3 minutes. They just had the players meeting a couple minutes ago. I'm looking for the pairings right now. Let's see, yeah. Event begins in 1 minute, so we're gonna have to find a game. 2 minutes, really. Jose's table 1. Carl's Creighton, I'm there. That sounds like a good place to start. Wait, I can't see tables 1 through 100. Doing a little troubleshooting because I can't actually see the tournament tables. That's going to be an issue. So give me a second, guys. I got to mute up. Okay, I've got access to the games, but it's not giving me... Let me see if I can get these set up now. Ooh. Here we go. All right. Wow, these windows are very messed up. Get this set up for you guys as soon as I can. Got Jose Narono versus Charles Creighton here. Let me get this. Very big one. Yeah, I didn't have the access to the games, so we're a little late, and now my windows don't want to work properly. Be cool to fix on the fly. Yo, Callan, how's it going? I'm trying to get these windows set up properly so y'all can see the game. Trying to do, you know, all the normal troubleshooting. Normal day as a content creator with everything messing up here. Got Charles on top. He's 28 life. It looks like he's the Charles that's playing Spinner. And he's a big friend of the channel. And we've got Jose Narono, probably playing Shigaraki, yep. Also a big friend of the channel. But also a nuisance. Also a war criminal. Actual war criminal Jose Narono. He's got the war crime mat that he won online nats with. You know he means business. Jose Narono's not here to fool around. Trying to secure the bag. Okay. Not done any commentary. I'm trying to set this up. We're almost there. My HP is 19. We'll probably get there right when, yeah, the first attack is resolving. Alright. Boom. We made it. Alright. Oh, the second attack is going, damn it. Alright. It's not Devin. I updated the names. The names are updated. Alright, so it looks like we've got one of the spinner attacks, which unfortunately we missed while I was setting up the whole stream. I will send you the link in just a moment. And then it looks like we played into a Brandish Steel, and now we've got Blood Moon Rending. This is the signature attack of Shigaraki 2. And Jose has taken 3 damage so far this turn. We're gonna update that. Yeah, we got Charles on early. Got Charles and Jose, two fan favorites. 2 favorites of the Ace Maneuvers channel. So looks like we played through the breaker, tapping a lot of foundations here. This Blood Moon Rending is got some speed on it. Windows are messed up again. Oh, you're right, because there we go. Because I tried to zoom in. I full screened it. Thank you for the heads up. All right, we got it though. We're good to go. For the rest of the night, this should work. It should be one button press. All right, so here's the combo enhance from Blood Moon Rending. Of course, going to get rid of the +1 mid block attack, but still with a +1 mid block. So Jose from the future, knowing that this Blood Moon Rending was going to be the strat, right? Held, well, I mean, 3 +1 blocks in general, but specifically having those +1 mid blocks. I mean, sometimes you're spawned better, but that 5 speed means we're still probably not going to get the block, right? We'd have to check a 6, commit our character. So this 7 damage should come through on spinner. Or for spinner, I should say, not on spinner. Luckily, I don't think... we get the spinner enhanced to make it 8. Luckily, I don't think we can pass another attack. If this is a Bonds of Friendship off the top, okay. How bad would you feel, right? How bad would you feel if you could have played another 4 diff and just ended the game? But that would have been super risky. Super duper risky. Alright, so Vile Seizing, the signature attack for Shigaraki 3 coming down here. Checking a 7 is a tall order, so we're going to get 2 damage and get to draw a card, but this is a Fury attack. So if Charles wants to, we can give this -3 damage. However, this is one of the easiest attacks to block. And Shigaraki Enhance, requiring us to check a 5. Jose responds with -1 to the check. So we're just going to commit our character, and without the choosing not to block, but choosing not to reduce the damage by 3 does seem like a mistake, right? Like, when else are we ever going to use the enhance on this card other than an unblocked Fury attack? So hopefully that doesn't come back to bite us. Now, we started at 28 life, so realistically, if there is a lot more Fury attacks in this deck, we'll get the opportunity, right? It's not so much do or die right now, but you gotta remember, guys, use things efficiently, right? Use your abilities efficiently. It's gotta be the kind of thing where, you know, maybe it gets target flipped, maybe it gets dealt with later, right? Maybe a League invitation or something commits it gets canceled by League of Villains. Like, crazier things have happened, and we could just have 3 more life and a face down to commit rather than a face up foundation, you know, because again, if we weren't even going to attempt to block, there's almost no reason not to flip it, right? Potentially there's something in his deck like a dropkick slicer that could want him to be at 10 or less life, but that doesn't seem realistic. Ooh, okay. Small little once per game action, 22 life. Jose smelling blood in the water, maybe thinking, alright, it's now or never. Maybe think it's not such a big deal. You want to get that -1. It does carry over to the rival's turn, so it can be the kind of thing where he's not necessarily trying to win the game right now. He just wants to draw a whole lot of cards and rely on that -1 to the checks to keep him alive. Alright, so Grenadier Bracers helping us out. Brute Strength plus Grenadier Bracers is absolutely a ton of damage. The death version of Shigaraki 3 I think has been slept on a little bit. You know, the death symbol has really come alive with characters that add speed, like Ochako 2 and Eraserhead 1, and they really just suffer from finding damage. Brute Strength is a ton of damage, Tight-Lipped helps, right? But putting those pieces together with Grenadier Bracers allows you to get like some crazy numbers going. Like training weights level of numbers going. Ooh, okay. A little build out here. So wanting to protect that life total, wanting to maybe draw an extra card or two, but realizing that if we don't spend this momentum for our once per game, we might never get there. And also, Spinner is the type of deck that likes to put together these long multiple attack strings. It's not going to be a 1-2 punch like you might see from Tokoyami or Ojiro, where as long as they can pop off their second big bomb, it's over for you. He checks a 2 to start off with, but I mean, really big sword is, I think that's got to be a really big sword. That's one of the best lead-off attacks, strictly because if it's going to get blocked and deal no damage, not only is it going to leave our card pool, we're also going to get that card advantage back, which is really tight. Yeah, really big sword living up to its name. It's getting really big. It's getting quite big. Hmm. Five high for 10. A must block, basically. Ooh, one of the best cards you can block with, but checking a 3, definitely going to leave a window open here for Spinner to maybe sneak inside. We did have to block this, but it's going to remove. We're going to go get probably a Blood Moon Rending, right? Or the Echo attack. Do we have a momentum still? I have to imagine it's Blood Moon. Yeah, we're going to grab a Blood Moon Rending. The Showdown might not matter here. Showdown's big. Showdown is big. -1 to the check from once per game is big. -1 response once per turn is big. Okay, Gecko Stomp. Oh, there's a 6 check. That's not going to feel good. It looks like we are going to hack the check by 1 just to force something out. Yeah, nice 6, idiot. Or nice 5, I mean. Like, oh. This is going to be really tough. Yep, gonna get to ready up that Toga Foundation by spending a momentum. We get to draw a card. Very cute, very cute. Very nice stuff. Alright, we're gonna check a 4 for the Shigaraki Enhance. We're gonna let him draw that card, that makes sense. Because those cards aren't gonna matter in a minute here. So this is looking like it's 4 low for 6. It pays you, I assume it's going to be at least 7, right? We got 1 speed from before. We're going to add 1 damage to all of our attacks. But if this doesn't become lethal, you don't have to block it. Not having access to struggling with studies is rough. Yeah, the blood evaluation and refreshing slice combo, I mean, that's a lot of ready foundations for a lot of momentum, and I'm pretty sure they're not once per turn. I know refreshing slice isn't. Like, refreshing slice makes me wish that Denki 2 was playable with it. So like refreshing slice makes me want to just have 8 momentum. Oh, we are gonna block this because we have the capacity to. So block the one that you know you have the +1 block zone for. That makes sense to me. But everything is lethal. Oh, it looks like we didn't. We might not have actually given damage to the last one. It's pretty interesting. This one's gotta get damage. Yeah, this one gets damage. It's lethal. It's really fast. You've got 2 cards in your card pool. What are you gonna do? You're gonna scoop it up. You're gonna scoop it up for game 1. So Spinner takes game 1. And while it was pretty much in a commanding fashion, right? That was turn 4, I want to say. That was either turn 3 or turn 4, because we build turn 1, we attacked and put them to 8 turn 2, but then we built for turn 3, and then we came back with a vengeance, had all the gas, had everything we needed turn 4. So pretty cool little back and forth, but you know, it was pretty much just Spinner getting to go first and putting Shigaraki down to a life total where you either have to win immediately or like know for sure you're gonna win, or you have to play super conservatively. Because if you don't have like a guaranteed win, overcommitting at 8 life is a death sentence. So very well done by Charles. Very cool. Yeah, cool to see Void symbol being aggressive. Was that Void and not Order? No, that was Order, my guy. It was an Order symbol deck at least. Although a lot of those cards do have Void. Almost all of them do have Void. And I mean, Blood Moon Rending is like the most Void attack. Void is the make your rival discard card symbol. So you're not wrong. It's very much Void symbol things. Order and Void are very similar in our game in general. It seems like, it feels like every set has a Void Order character, doesn't it? Yeah, Order aggro definitely less surprising. Let's see. Set 1 had Ida, a couple Idas. Set 2 had Shinso, right? Sero. It had Ida and Sero. Multiple Idas and Sero. And then Shinso, right, is all Order Void. And then set 3, what was set 3? Set 3 had another Zero? No. Not right. There's gotta be one. Oh, it's Stain. Duh. Stain and 13. Holy sh... Stain 2 and 13. And then League of Villains has Spinner. Every set has had 2 except League of Villains. There's so much Order Void rubbing together, man. So a 4 build going first. Pretty good, pretty good. Not the worst, not the worst. Yeah, petition to make Void its own symbol. You know how you make Void its own symbol? You give it a +1 high block that checks a 6 and a +1 low block. That's mostly what Order has for it over Void. It just has, like, Void's biggest issue is it can't block with non-attacks. It may be actions. It has to be blocking with actions and attacks. Ooh, okay. I like this card. I like this card a lot. Not only is it guaranteed momentum, but it's fast momentum, so it's versatile. Because you can use this just because it is guaranteed to get your once per game off later, but you can also use it for really explosive plays early on. Ooh, looks like we have some Desperate Times action coming down. Alright. +2 speed to this one. Spinner gets to build something, though. maybe telegraphing that we're willing to take this, but spinner up to 6 foundations. This is not bad. This is pretty good. Dual needle will hit for 5. It's gonna slide to the left, right up into momentum. But I wouldn't be surprised if Jose... Oh, okay. I was gonna say I wouldn't be surprised if Jose builds out here, because we did get stunned on our own turn. And we've got 16 life. We helped our rival out, right? We took away like a 1/6 of our own life. We essentially made it like 1 partial block easier. Yeah, it's like not supposed to be for 7-handers, and yet 7-handers love it. The burn 3 can be rough. My biggest beef with the burn 3 cost is it makes it harder to use with muscle rush, or not muscle rush. Was it muscle combination? The muscular attack that adds a momentum back. Uh-oh. Well, that's concerning. I think that might just be on my end. But both players did take a pause there. Huh. Okay. Got the players back. We have a judge in this room, by the way. There is a judge in this room, so I believe... I believe that there was a requested reset of equipment. I'm not sure. I do not know what's going on, right? I don't have any access to the comms. So Jose getting another DC win. It might not be up to him, right? Like, it's not up to Jose. There is a judge that's there. So, which is just super heartbreaking, man. Like, you really want to believe that there's like another way, because this game wasn't looking super great for Jose, right? Like, if we're being real, like, you're down to 16 and you're tapped kind of low. Looks like we're checking some settings here. We still have game 3. It's not over for Charles, right? Like, even if this was a disconnect L, we still have game 3 because we won game 1, but this is also for cash monies, so it's got to be taken seriously. But I do believe that they called the judge, and they had the judge there and asked if like some equipment could be reset, because it looks like we're going to continue. That's my best guess. Let's see if we get back to the action, or if they're going to scoop it up for a game 3. Okay, we're going to continue on. Nice, nice, nice. We love that. Scary, but we love that. Yeah, and then we got a little bit of a time extension for him. Scary, scary stuff for our boy Charles, but we're still in it. Yeah, I have no clue what the issue was, but I don't think it was like a disconnect. I think they called the judge, And I think that they asked the judge if they can reset something, and what we could see, I don't believe what the players could see. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not sure how to explain it, but through my overlays and stuff, you guys don't always see the exact same thing. So, but we've got 2 momentum now. We've evened up the life totals a little bit, right? Spinner's at Shigaraki's starting life. And it looks like Charles is going to have to build out anyway. So, not what this deck wants to be doing as a 6-hander with modular speed and damage pump. Sitting on 6 foundations, you probably want to get something going here. Make Jose block with something. Jose had, committed foundations. And he did build some really nice ones. And now we are going to get this once per game. Getting that once per game out as early as possible feels really nice, because I think people underestimate the defensive potential of it. It's not going to stop like certain decks in the format, but a lot of those characters are not in this format for monthly Monday Mayhem. You're not going to have to deal with the Tokoyamis, the Ojiros, even characters like Jiro 1 who can stack their checks and put 6s on top, so the -1 isn't that big of a deal. You're not going to have those characters, so playing like a really aggressive Shigaraki seems like the right call for this monthly Monday Mayhem League of Villains characters only kind of a deal. A big part of it for me is if I have 2 attacks to draw cards off of, and they're not like really weenie boring attacks, I like firing it off, because a lot of people don't want to stun one to prevent the draw if you're going to pressure their board. But I also play like mostly order, so like the threat of 1.3 indiscriminate shock is huge. The death symbol doesn't quite have that, but we are looking at these nitro explosions, which give powerful, meaning anything could be a big attack. Yeah, there's definitely no guarantee that you're going to live to see another turn anyways, which is exactly what we saw like in that game 1, where it was like, all right, let me fire this off, play 1 attack and build out, because, forcing our rival to build for that turn 3 could have been what won us the game. It looks like we are down to 8 life now. After a couple attacks have come in, Jose has had all of the gas. Jose committing quite a few foundations, though. A showdown block? Could a showdown block come in and just absolutely shut this turn off? -2 speed, I'm guessing. That's looking like... Oh, don't tell me he did damage. -2 damage does not look good into a powerful attack at all. That's gotta be -2 speed, right? Please tell me that was -2 speed. No, I guess it was -3 damage. And Jose's gonna dig even deeper here. This is really interesting, because this powerful can force this into an attack that you still have to block. Even if it's at 3 damage now, maybe we're trying to bait out to force the momentum use, but I would gladly pay this momentum to force a block out of your hand. And you're going to use Heroic Lineage for us? I'm here for it. It's nice to use the Lineage before you'd have to tap it to something else or get it destroyed, don't get me wrong, but... Okay, I think we're using these in controls just in case this is a showdown block. Right? Might as well get some value now before they get tapped out. Make that showdown block just a little bit harder, even though we did have to fight into the Heroic Lineage. But we used our sense of justice. We blew it up. We've committed so many cards to this howitzer impact. Ooh, and we don't check a 2 for the block, though. Shigaraki will get to draw more cards. Drawn 6 cards this turn, 7 cards this turn. Man, my kingdom for a snack time. Am I right, guys? Ooh, a half block. So not a showdown. Not a showdown, but it is a breaker 1 half block. That is interesting. So, down to 3 life with the breaker 1. If Jose wants to play a 5 div here, he could fail it, right? If we check a 3 on another impact cyclone, we actually fail this check. This is game 2 currently. Charles is up a game, but Jose is looking to tie the score, but he's got to play a 4 div here in case he checks a 3. That is one of the best ones. We have to commit 2 here. We have no more momentum, but if for some reason we need to play another attack, we do have -1 difficulty to it. And this is not the attack that Jose wanted to play, strictly because self-sacrifice is gonna be able to reduce this to 2 damage. We don't actually have any source of damage on board here. And so, yes, it's a heavy cost to pay, but Jose is also down to 13 life here. So, as long as Charles lives, the backswing is not going to be that tough. You won't need that many foundations. But walking into that break, oh, we got another 3, and there you go. That's how it's done. That's just how it's done. Very interesting stuff, because we could have forced him to tap out the self-sacrifices. Oh, he still had his character. Very interesting. Seizing is also pretty slow, so it could be blocked. It could be blocked. It's blocked. Oh no, even with the -1. Even with the -1 from the once per game, we were able to block that by checking a 5 and committing out. Oh my goodness. Oh boy, it's not looking good for Jose here. Living at 1 life, getting that full anime power up. My goodness. Huh. I would have thought that block would have been on a 6. Maybe Jose missing the -1 because we slammed. We slammed the commit 2, right? It's a +2 high block mod, +3 speed, that's 5, +1 progressive, that's 6. And then he checked a 4. I guess no. I guess it's just you commit 2 and that's fine, because Shigaraki had already done the once per game earlier. Or once per turn, I should say. But we only had -1 to that check. And yeah, 13 life is not going to be tough for Spinner to chew through here. I don't think we're getting to game 3, fellas. Shigaraki is all tapped out. Man, that seems like a classic example. Vile Seizing, in my personal playtesting, does basically nothing unless my rival's in deadlock. I don't actually like that card very much. It's a showdown sponge, and you just saw exactly why. It was great for drawing a card. It was not great for dealing any damage. Really kind of... It's a little depressing. Look at all the cards Jose has in his hand, and he just can't play them. He can't do anything with them. Because to get all those cards, we had to play a bunch of attacks instead of foundations. Man, that's rough. Holding 20 cards you just can't play. Yep, gonna fail this block, go down to 6. And it's not gonna take much here. You think it's a gross card until you realize it's just slightly better future charge. It's a power creeped future charge. Ooh, so we have a... I guess it looks like a Blood Moon Rending coming in without the combo. That should tell you that another Blood Moon Rending is 100% on its way. There's pretty much no reason we would be playing this if we had any other attack to throw in front of it that wasn't also Blood Moon Rending. We're going to pay the 2 life? Interesting. Maybe we have a showdown block. We live at 1. We blow up a foundation. We commit the other 2. Oh, but we can't partial this. We're actually not allowed to showdown block this because it's 7 damage now. Interesting. A second evil. That means he's got to have the third. He's got to have another evil gaze to block with. Then we get to destroy 2 and breaker 1. Oh man, we're down at 2 and I guess 3 life. I think we're at 1 for spinner. This is coming down to the wire. Does he have? He has a midlock, but it's absolutely like no speed. We do. I think we still have the Shigaraki once per turn hack. We might have already used it, but this is on a 6 with -1. He checks a 2 and it fails, and the once per game with the double evil gaze keeps us alive? Are you kidding me? With absolutely no foundations, that is the power of drawing 20 cards. Because we just used the cards in our hand to pass the checks for us. That's insane. Double evil gaze, double check hack. My goodness. And that's going to be it. We're going to scoop it up to an EX attack. That's absolutely wild. We will be getting a game 3 due to the check hack from the once per game, the foundation destruction of evil gaze. My goodness. Having just enough life to take that gecko stomp made so much of a difference. Absolutely wonderful play here. Absolutely insane plays. Man, I did not see this game going that way at all, but you love to see it. You love to see it. I didn't think so. Did you? Okay, did you have double evil gaze on your bingo card? Did you have Charles checking 3s at the worst time on your bingo card? Double evil gaze from 6 life down to 2. Evil gaze is back on the menu, boys. It's set 1 again. It's set 1 format all over again. Double evil gaze, and then we hit a breaker block. We just need the breaker block, and then it's real. It's real stuff. My goodness. Alright, so in a crazy twist of events, we are going to be getting a third game. Very interesting to see. We're seeing blood evaluation over excited for blood. And it makes a lot of sense, right? Excited for blood's pretty much just a draw a card engine, and the fact that you gain 2 life is like pretty neat from it. But it becomes like a one-time use sort of a thing. Whereas blood evaluation has a steeper cost, but no condition. Can be done on both turns. It can be something that you can basically spam out. So I wasn't sure if the nature of needing momentum was going to make blood evaluation like harder to use, so to speak. And if excited for blood would remain like the staple that it is. But the upside of getting to ready that momentum just seems absolutely massive, and wouldn't be surprised to see it pretty much completely replace it on, the symbols that shares. I guess it's just death or death and life. I wouldn't be surprised if life decks just start playing that instead, especially like an Ochako. Ew. Ochako 1? Ew. Make sure that's... Yeah, Ochako wants life. Ew. Alright, game 3. Turn 1. I did not reset the life totals. I will do that right now. Got a lot of spam foundations. Ooh, not the best build. Not the best build, but these are not bad foundations. They're not the ones you might want to see on turn 1, but you know, double ice gliding's not terrible. Double someone was styled though to answer those double ice glidings in a, you know, macro level kind of way. Oh, and then that's the 3s and 5s rule, baby. Gonna attempt to check a 6? Doesn't need the character. Okay. I can understand that, right? Like, only 3 foundations. What's the likelihood Charles is just gonna go balls to the wall and put down 3 attacks and rip our hand apart? And, you know, you can maybe sequence around the remove a card off of Blood Moon Rending, but oh, and Charles is gonna do the work for him. We committed Shigaraki, but it's okay. We're just gonna check bad anyways, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, League Invitation is actually the one taking up my 3 diff slot. League Invitation also being one-time use though, whereas Blood Evaluation might just be a better card. Because, like, League Invitation can win you the game on the spot, but Blood Evaluation is something that's usable all the time in a very generic way. So, it can be tough to evaluate cards like that, because I think Intervention has a way better effect, but Evaluation is, you know, more generic, I guess, or at least, like, again, just not one-time use. So, it'll be interesting to see. Both cards are pretty nuts. But what's not nuts is 6 low 6 Gecko Stomp. We gave it speed from Spinner, and then we gave it speed from an Ice Gliding, it looks like. Oh no, yeah, we gave it speed from Spinners once per turn. And an Ice Gliding, I suppose. And oh no, we had to commit the Ice Gliding to pass the check. It's 3 speed from Spinner. I'm tripping really hard for no reason. So Jose's going to elect to block this and give up that free foundation. Now, I'm a big fan of just taking the Gecko Stomps myself, but considering that Spinner might not be doing a full attack string, and because, you know, that attack string quickly becomes Blood Moon Rending, ripping the blocks out of my hand anyways, it is the pro strategy here to block an attack you might normally be conditioned not to block, right? It's one of those things where Charles only wins if that Blood Moon Rending becomes lethal with no cards in your hand, so you might as well use those cards now. But a pretty sizable stage. Game 3s tend to be a little more stalematey than the first 2. The first 2 is player 1 taking up a ton of advantage usually, and then by game 3 things sort of get a little weird. Things aren't maybe as tight-knit, they're not as consistent, they're not as dream handy, and they tend to stall out just a little bit. You know, we'll see if this one goes long. I mean, game 1 was 4 turns, but it didn't feel very long. You know, it still didn't take up a lot of time elapsed. But Dual Needle Lunge, a great leadoff. Again, that guaranteed momentum, but at the cost of 3 life. And we see the build out after it again. League of Villains, that's a good one. The real question is how many cards can you hold, right? Like, Shigaraki should have a decent enough matchup against Blood Moon Rending if our rival checks poorly, because then we get that card draw engine online. But to get him to check poorly, we have to have an opportunity to do our once per game, and once again, Spinner not able to really go on the aggression for that turn 3, so we're going to make it into a turn 4, it looks like. Both players taking a little bit of damage, some self-inflicted, but will we see the once per game get ripped off at the first opportunity yet another game? It doesn't look like it. It was not an automatic decision to rip off that once per game. So this could be what I was talking about, guys, right? Oh, he's going for it anyways. All right, it looks like I think we want to draw some cards, and again, like chat was saying, you don't. Yeah, see, he did the once per game purely defensively, like 100%. This is a you will not string me out next turn. I need to survive. Risking the deadlock. I don't know. We've got what? There's a hero killer in the stage, right? No, this is the first game we didn't have hero killer down. Interesting stuff. So, teasing deadlock just a little bit, arranging our stage in a very favorable way so that anyone could tell we're in deadlock at a glance. But we do have a couple ways to remove foundations if it becomes an issue. So, or at least we just have, yeah, we've got a couple ways. We've got House of Cards, which can respond after any enhance. And we've also got Someone with Styles, which have two different ways to get rid of a foundation. So, this will be interesting to see. Gecko Stomp once again. This one has a deadlock enhance. Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me? Bro, are you kidding me? We're just gonna fail it? You gotta at least try, right, man? Like, so Shigaraki just got to steal a whole turn and make their rival discard a card there with that bad check. I mean, it's not necessarily the wrong play. It's just it's not one I can see myself making, even just to be able to build out afterwards. Maybe, but at least we're not under the -1 check hack for the whole turn anymore. But that one's pretty rough. Okay, so Spinner Enhance. We're going to build down a Heroic Lineage. That's a good one. We're going to give this attack a bunch of speed, but it looks like it has a bunch of damage reduced, which makes sense. Yep, it's just going to deal 1. Now, is Spinner in deadlock? I think we're at 11. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, we're at 10. We're at 10. Interesting stuff, though. That snack time could come online during the next turn because, yeah, it looks like we're passing once again. So if Spinner enhances at some point during this turn without, self-sacking a foundation away, we could see a snack time draw sneak in. So we're trying this Gecko Stomp yet again. Maybe the most played attack in this matchup. Just every turn, turn 2, turn 3, turn 4, and we failed it. Gecko Stomp does have a deadlock to give +3 speed to this attack and the next. So it'll be interesting if that's the first one we call. Yep. You love to see it, the players being mindful of deadlock. Forgetting your deadlock enhance is one of the worst feelings in the world. It's one of my least favorite things about deadlock. I'm a known deadlock hater. I'm an anti-deadlock aficionado. And one of the reasons I don't like deadlock is because it's a dead ability for so much of the game. And then the one time you miss the deadlock enhance because your rival has one foundation over and you're not counting their stage every second, it just feels so bad. Seen plenty of games from very good players decided because they just didn't realize their rival went into deadlock by 1 card. There it is. And here comes snack time draw. Okay, and Spinner's also going to draw a card. Contempt for Heroes says, well, you draw, I draw. And there we go. We're going to self-sack a ready foundation away to prevent further snack time draw. Really beefing up this really big sword now. Or sorry, beefing up this Gecko Stomp to look like a really big sword. My apologies, that's what I meant to say. Alright, big block coming down with the +1 low instant Shining Flash. Now we're going to see a Brandish Steel come in. It's going to get bonus speed from Spinner Enhance and bonus speed from the Deadlock Enhance. So this is also going to be a really big sword looking attack. Looks like it's going to get self-sacked as well. That is an 8-8, my friends. That is nothing to scoff at. Jose is also going to do his best to get out of Deadlock, and I think we did it. I think we're down to 10. Yeah, we're going to slide that over to show that we're at 10 foundations now. So no more Deadlock shenanigans. Nine high for 8. This is the fastest Brandish Steel I've ever seen. I don't think I've ever seen a 9 high Brandish Steel ever. Alright, looks like we got 7 minutes left in this round. So, if it came down to tiebreakers, which I guess, is that at the end of overtime or is it at the end of the time? Like at the end of the round, I mean. I don't actually know when the tiebreaker comes into effect, but it would be heavily favoring our our spinner player here. Jose going down to 8. Not wanting to deal with the Brandish Steel. Yeah, I believe it's at the end of OT. Oh, no OT, you're saying. Okay. No OT, just round ends. I could see that, because we want this to be like a 3-hour event, not like a 4-hour event. And you got to give people time extensions, right, and webcam stuff. But now we're going to get to look at Jose's entire hand of 8 million cards and see if we can rip away enough mid blocks to end this game. Oh no, sorry, that's another Brandish Steel. I thought we had gone on to the Blood Moon Rendings, but that's actually just another Brandish Steel. This one's very slow though, right? So we didn't have to block the fast one. We're just going to block the slow one. Makes sense to me. There's the Blood Moon Rending. Checks a 3 on it. Can't feel good about that. Gonna leave ourselves open for a backswing. Jose's gonna have just enough time to attempt one backswing turn if this doesn't kill him. And I guess if Spinner doesn't just play one more attack after this, that's too fast. But if there's no overtime, there's a very good chance that Charles wins off the tiebreaker right here. There's going to be a very good chance that if this doesn't go to overtime, if the round just ends, that 22 life is going to win the tiebreaker. There's 4.5 minutes. Now, they do have a time extension. I do know that much. They have a 2-minute time extension, so there's about 6 minutes left for these players to try and end this game, or We'll see if it goes to overtime or if the round just ends. Jose's not going to have access to that once per game to draw a bunch of cards, though. Alright, we're putting it all in on this attack. We're going to tight lip it. Charles is going to have one card in hand. It's going to be up to Jose. Jose has to deal at least 13 damage here to, you know, to even up the tiebreaker. I think, man, I have no clue. I think you're right, though, Fly High. I think it's just when the round ends. So there's a lot of matches not reported yet. I'm looking at the pairings. There's a lot of people who are still playing. 3 minutes left officially. They have at least a 2-minute extension. I don't know what the full extension is, but they have at least 2 minutes extended. Snack time gonna come out, stun out that self-sack ASAP. Love to see that. Both players playing optimally gets the Roth recheck to draw an additional one. That could be huge. Jose's really got to put it together. This is going to be the last turn of the game pretty much no matter what. So bringing it down to 19. Charles took his best shot, but it wasn't enough. We're going to have Jose dig a little bit deeper. He hacks the check, forcing the character out. Rough stuff. You hate to see it, but it is what it is. Readies the someone with style. Removes from the game. Gonna get that +2 damage on there. Gonna need to find one more attack at least. He's got so many cards in hand. I know he looked with the Blood Moon Rending, but I don't remember what's in the hand. Down to 13. Does he have another attack? He's got another Naval Laser Beam. These are going to be easy to play, but they're not enough damage. It looks like we don't have any damage pump in our stage whatsoever. Flips for the minus difficulty. Oh my goodness. Another Naval Laser Beam. These are all on 5s. They're all incredibly easy to play. We're down to 9. It's 9 to 8. If he can block this one, though, I don't know how. I don't know how Charles would block this, but he could maintain the lead. If he has a +1 high block. Oh, that doesn't look like he's blocking it. Down to 5. Passes the turn, though. Oh, no. Oh, there's less than a minute on the official clock. Jose could have... Oh, no. Jose could have played one more attack and just drained the clock. Jose could have maybe built some foundations, but an honorable player not looking at the clock. I guess, again, they have a time extension, actually. I just reminded myself of that and then forgot, but I'm very curious how these time rules are going to be, but he at least has the lead. He has the health lead. Oh, this is a big flex your might. This is, obviously, you don't have any attacks left if you're Shigaraki, because you would have... Oh, he's going to choose to reveal? It's a 4, it's a 7! And he knows that there's a low block in hand now. Oh my goodness. That could be huge. The flex your might. But is it going to be when time is called, or is it what... It's when time is called. Time in the round has been called. The player with the highest health total wins the current game. But these players have a 2-minute time extension. Oh my goodness. Or at least I assume it's 2 minutes. I don't know what the official time limit extension is, but these players do have a time extension. But if Jose can refrain from taking 4 damage here, or I guess 3, because then if it's a tied health, then I don't know. But when their time is called for their extended round, whoever has the highest health total is going to win. So if Jose can block, I mean, this is going to be like lethal anyways, right? Like, I mean, now you just put speed on everything if you're spinner, because you just need to connect with something. Oh my goodness. Oh, but this is only 3 high for 3 because it's the first weapon card played. Yep, we're gonna buff the damage up. That makes sense. Get it to the point where if this hits, we just win. Or at least we win when time is called. Ooh, this is a nail biter, man. We've had 2 back-to-back nail biters. 6 high for 5, 6 high for 6. So now oh my goodness. He's gotta block this one. 7 high for 6. It's so fast. We do have the high block. Oh, but we check a 3. That's so rough. That's so rough. We committed everything but our character. I don't know about that one. I don't know. I guess I don't even know what you forcing surrender to clear the card pool. Like maybe we have some evil gaze action going. But time in the round, I think time just got called. Oh my goodness. Their time extension is up. Jose has 3 more life. Jose wins game 3 off the tiebreaker rule. In our first match of the Monday Mayhem, we see the tiebreaker rule get implemented and not in a muscular stall out kind of a deck, right? Like these are 2 decks that were down to slug. I mean, they had a couple build turns, but they were fast. Man, that was so close. I want to see it finish though. I want to see the end of this match, right? Like, did Spinner have the follow-up moves? Oh man, that's crazy. Those were so close. Those games were so close. It's got to be heartbreaking, right? If you're Charles, because you had Shigaraki on the ropes. I mean, there was that one issue in the middle or early game 2, I think it was. So, you know, if that was like a soft disconnect or something, and I don't know the full story. So, like, if that was like some kind of a soft disconnect, maybe we were just playing with borrowed time in general. But man, I mean, any other attack was definitely hitting Jose. Like between Spinner's speed, Jose won at time. Time got called in their extension, and Jose won based on life total. He had 3 extra life. It was 8-5. 8 health to 5 health. Crazy matches, too. Absolute banger games. Absolutely insane games from both those players. Game 2 was an absolute nail biter. Game 3 came down to the wire. Crazy. Man, I wanted to see that one, and although you have to imagine if there was another attack in Charles's hand, it just hits. Because we only had Shigaraki ready, and we knew one of those blocks was a low, and we wouldn't be playing Brandish Steel first if we had a Gecko Stomp in our hand, right? So, yeah, that was like the lowest damage move with the highest speed that we could play was a 3-high-3, like maybe he didn't have another attack. Maybe he had nothing like better statted, but that's rough. Very, very rough stuff. Very interesting to see the tiebreaker rule come into play. How do you guys feel about that tiebreaker? Do you guys think that match was like determined fairly at the end? Because that wasn't like someone stalling and sideboarding Muscular, and nobody was like doing whack stuff and taking extra time, right? Like, but it did just get called in the middle of a turn, and your rival only had to block like one attack. So yeah, interesting stuff. Let's find a game. Let's go find a game. Ooh, I think I know the game. I think we're just gonna sit at table 1. Hey, how's it going?
What up, Sam? What up?
You want to be on stream?
Yeah, go for it, bro.
Awesome. I gotta wait for your rival to get here, but
yeah, for sure.
To make sure they're cool with it.
Oh, yeah, I get to be on stream today? Wow, what a privilege.
Only if you want to be. You don't have to be.
Hey, I'm up for it. That's okay.
Awesome. I appreciate you guys. I'm gonna mute up. I'm not a judge. I'm not part of the game, right? Like nothing to do with the stream is relevant to your guys' game, so make sure you call judges and all that stuff.
Alrighty.
I'm gonna disappear. Peace. Alright, let's get these windows set up. Hey, look at that. The webcam overlay just worked. It just worked. So let me look at who's playing who really quick. Should be John Williams versus Marvin Emery. Got another friend of the channel, Nivram, in the chat, if you've seen Nivram around. Let me see here. That's Marvin Emery. Marvin Emery actually gave my channel the first ever gifted sub. So if I have any bias in this matchup, you now know which it is. And you know what the best part about this matchup is, guys? It's a muscle mirror. You're going to get to see Life Muscular versus Earth Muscular, baby. It's going to be a 36 health fiasco. All right, guys, who's going to get more? I should learn how to do polls and stuff. I learned how to do it at some point and then I forgot, swear to God. Who's going to get the most counters? Let me see if I can actually. Who's gonna get more? Oh, I need to set up the names. Let me set up the names. My bad. Oh. So this should be. Get the names right. All right. Shouldn't they be at the same counters barring pump ups? Yeah, it's pump ups and double overheads. So, somebody might be up to like 4 pump ups. You know, like there is variance to how many. Somebody might use what is it, Nightmare Physique, to spend a counter to get that bonus speed. So, let me. Where is it? Maybe somebody Faith Shields a Muscle Rush. Well, I guess they would still end up with the same counters that way, but they are different symbols, but they both have access to the Faith Shield, so there is that. Alright, I'm gonna start a prediction for who wins. Let me make sure I get these right. John is life. Alright, Marvin's Earth. Alright. Here we go. What? Ooh. Who wins? Got Marvin Muscular Earth on the top, and you've got John Muscular Life on the bottom. And it looks like John is going to be going first, getting a sick build out of 4 foundations. But no pump up, whereas Marvin gets to start with 5 foundations and a pump up and a potential block. I should have put more than 2 minutes. I did not adjust the time on that prediction. The default is pretty small. All right, let's see. Let's see what a Muscular turn 2 has in store for us. No review. So that's going to look pretty good. It's going to look pretty good. That means it's got to be a nice card if we're not willing to review it. Ooh, a little reverse throw action. Okay. Okay, you can't pump this, but that doesn't matter when you don't have any counters, right? Like playing a throw as your first attack before you have any counters, that's fine. It's a nearly guaranteed way to get counters. And it's not like you were going to be able to pump it anyways. Very cool stuff. And if you don't block this at all, Muscular's going to get to draw a card. That can't feel good. Ooh, we're going to block with a Muscle Rush, and we're going to get to draw the card. Marvin said, I'd like to draw a card, actually. But having to use a Muscle Rush, which is just as good as a throw in a lot of cases. I got some weird flexing going on. Muscular players in my... Okay, another throw. So, John's deck is on the life symbol, meaning it could be all in on the determined victory smash, right? Like overhead reversal, double overhead hammer fist. No Muscle Rush, but reverse. So he's got like 8 throws, but no Muscle Rush. Very interesting stuff. So that's a cool take. I guess I shouldn't talk about the deck list. We need to do open deck lists, at least for commentary. But very, very interesting stuff. Yeah. The throws help him draw, and one builds him a foundation. So they could just be the value plays. They could just be cards I own. Cards I own the deck. But we're down to 29 now. And I wonder if either player has... I wonder where they have their muscle counters being tracked. Pretty good build out. I think the life symbol is probably the best at building a massive stage in general in this game. At least on your own turn. Earth is pretty good about it too. Alright, so this match is like for sure going to time in game 3, right guys? There's no way that Shigaraki and Spinner went to time, but this doesn't go to time, right? Oh, the life tracker on the playmat. That's pretty cool. Okay, that makes sense. It looks like the big yellow die is the tracker for John. He's got a big yellow die with a 2 over it, right? So Marvin having to... Uh-oh. Let me fix my stream really quick. That was on me, I think. Yeah, it looks like there's nothing going on in the Discord. Let me flip that over. Okay. So... Not sure what the holdup is. Not sure if that was me, Discord, my OBS, or what. But I'm starting to... It's so tough to speculate. Like, I've done so many of these games on so many different levels of stream. It looks like... oh, it looks like there's a D20. Looks like we have a 20-sided die for Marvin's muscle counters. And it looks like he's messing with some kind of setting. He's got his hands on his mouse. So it looks like we are adjusting some settings. So for a match that's already like destined to go to time, if we're not waiting for a judge and getting a time extension, we're probably not finishing 2 games at this rate. I think we're waiting for a judge. That is my best guess. The timer on the match is... Let me make sure it's up to date. There is 49 minutes left. So we have completed 2 turns for both players. We're starting player 1's 3rd turn. And there is 49 minutes left. But I have a sneaking suspicion we're going to get a time extension. Oh. Yeah, so I don't know if this is my OBS. Or if it's just because it's only showing up on one side. I don't know what's going on, guys. They have halted play. It looks like we've got a judge in the table. And the judge has moved on. Maybe going to... Okay. Alright, so the judge just gave this table... This is table 1. The judge just popped in, they spoke for a moment, and then they popped out, and they just gave them a time extension. The time extension was 2 minutes. So, just like the last game, we have a 2-minute time extension here, and it's back to the fun times. So, a 5 difficulty muscle mauler checks a 3, but because we got to go first and deal some damage, we only have to commit 2 foundations here. And we're going to get to rip back one of those attacks that we started with. So, a ton of momentum going in the favor of the life deck. We're just going to be able to generate so much value because, like, we wanted to blow up a foundation anyways. So committing 2 is not the worst thing in the world, right? But Muscle Mauler being +2 cards is absolutely huge. Like, having momentum for Muscle Mauler makes it a real star of a card rather than just, like, you know, a wonky cantrip. Just don't get me wrong, destroy a foundation to draw a card. It's not a terrible raid or a 5 mid-6 or whatever. But if you want it to look better than your starter deck commons, you're going to have a momentum. There's a decent chance we finish just because 5-handers have less options, right? There's less things to make plays on. But I would still be surprised. Especially without obnoxious amounts of pump up. Although Marvin has pump ups. Our Earth Muscular has pump ups. So once they draw attacks, those counters will come flooding in. But Breaker 2, Naval Laser Beam on the Muscle Mauler. It's going to force out the Quick Creation build here. Checks a 1. Yikers. Gonna have to commit 2 foundations if we want to pass that. Or maybe not. Did we not? Did we? Maybe we didn't call Breaker 2, but we certainly didn't enforce it if we did. Interesting stuff. This one I have to imagine is gonna just be unblocked so we can build something down and get those counters rolling in. Man. Sorry, it's just got me a little flabbergasted with the Breaker 2. You want to see that Breaker 2 do a lot more work there. And we just kind of glossed over it. Again, not sure if it wasn't enforced or if it just wasn't called. But you do have the overhead reversal. It's another throw. Gonna give us another spam. We're gonna be into deadlock real soon, right? So like 2 5-handers, and typically you think of 5-handers as not building much and 7-handers building a lot just because of the card economy. But this shows you, right, like the difference between being threatened and not being threatened. So that's how I feel, King Goomba. Like, he played the Quick Creation specifically around a Breaker 2, but then just didn't commit the 2 when he checked a 3 anyways. So, fairly interesting stuff, but that is a very, that's an experienced call out, right? Like, why would you play the Quick Creation into the 4 diff if you weren't trying to play around that? That might be the toughest part of commentary, is like having the eagle eye view and catching things. And, you know, that's a mistake I make when I play the game, right? Like, that's stuff I have messed up. And it feels like when you're watching from, from a third party perspective, you're like, gosh, how can you forget this? How can you miss that? That was like your whole play. It's like exactly what you wanted to have happen. So, back alley haymaker coming down. Double pump up. So, Marvin's going to take the lead in muscle counters here. Believe we should be up to 5 muscle counters by the end of this. Okay, and quick creation. Quick creation for the -2 damage and the potential to build down a muscle mauler to be picked up later by a card like Copy Harden. I think that, yeah, that's Life's like only way to do it right now, but that could be a huge play later on. Yeah, the self-esteem destroyer of recording and watching your own games and just being like, wow, I really did that. Looks like we're going to choose to draw a card off back alley. That's typical 5-hander fare. Now we're seeing the difference between Life and Earth, right? Like Earth has almost completely face down stage, whereas Life has just as many foundations, but they're pretty much all face up. Alright. Going down to 30 health. Both players going to get another counter. It's now 23 to 30. Gonna follow this up with a jab, an XR jab. XR jab's famous for being massively bought out and then relisted for like $80 or something. If you'd like to buy an XR jab, please call me. I have one. I won't charge you $80, I promise. Jab being, so like Life has Copy Harden and then Earth has Harden jab, and those are basically the two best ways to make something out of Muscular's response to build things. So it'll be interesting to see what we could have potentially had face down. Ooh, we're keeping it PG tonight. We're keeping it PG because of because we are doing the side stream of an actual Jasco sponsored event. So we're just trying to play it, keep it safe. They give me a lot of leeway with a lot of stuff, but they gave me access to their event for this, so. Ooh, okay, so we did not draw any attacks for a very long time, but now getting nice big string going. Playing the Naval Laser Beam as an attack on a 7 with absolutely no momentum and very few cards left to flip. Basically just saying, look homie, you don't have cards in hand, but passing the torch exists, so this could be a pretty big misplay. Not sure what we're trying to get out of this one. Especially if we did flip for speed. So 5 mid with the 2 in the card pool. I mean, if he draws a +3 block mod or a +2 block mod and we've got to commit the torch for that. Oh no, we have 3 cards in hand. I see the die now. We do have cards in hand. My bad. But still, if we don't have like another tight-lipped, there's a decent chance this gets in for a huge chunk. We are burning our stage up. So 5 mid for 14. This is pretty much half of our remaining life total here. I believe Marvin's muscle count is up to 7 or 8. Should be up to at least 6. It's at least 6. Yeah, I think the muscle counter is actually at 6 because we got +6 damage from Muscular and +2 from itself. We're gonna see if we have a +1 block to potentially get in here. A +2 could do it. Ooh, determined victory smash. So pretty much every life Muscular I think is gonna have a couple. Right? I think they're gonna be on that card. So that +1 mid block coming in clutch. Because these attacks are getting really big, really fast. And you know, John's gonna have to rely on attacks actually. Oh, we have a 4th attack and the resources to pay for it. My goodness. Now this one's interesting, right? Because Ardent Frenzy is an attack where, yes, it's lower difficulty than Laser Beam, but if they fully block the attack, meaning it's not going to deal any damage like that Laser Beam was, it would build down to our stage and not only give us an additional resource to commit, but, you know, would be a Naval Laser Beam on the same difficulty. So, a little interesting choice on the sequencing. I'm not sure when we got the Frenzy added to our hand, right? Like, there could be a different sequencing issue for that, but that 11 damage is going to go straight to the dome. Not going to waste any time on this enhance. This one was pretty much just, hey, buddy, it's getting the damage, right? And you're taking this. So we get to build one down on John's side, but that's going to be it for this turn. True, yeah, if they had caught the breaker, he would have had to commit his character, right? He would have had to commit his character and the last foundation. So I think he could have passed it, but he would have been completely tapped out. Or no, because he wouldn't have been able to respond to build something. But now we're up to 4 muscle counters for John, it looks like. And it should be 7 now. Or it should be 6 or 7, because we have double pump up on Marvin's side, so he should be 2 ahead total. But very much tapped out, and +4 damage to everything. Yeah, he's gonna add that up. Yeah, so it should be 5 to 7 on the muscle counters. Because whatever John has, Marvin should be 2 ahead right now, and the next time Marvin pumps up, he'll be 4 ahead, etc. And that can get out of hand really fast. The muscle counters actually add up really quickly if you get double pump up going. 1 attack a turn scales you pretty good. Ooh, some foundation building? That's not great. We don't love that. Not bad foundations, but not great ones either. Terrifying. You don't have more health. That card's pretty blank. Man, they should let Muscular build cards face up or face down. I guess he'd have to change his own foundation if he did that, but still. You should be able to build quick creation from taking damage. That's my take. That's my hot take of the night. Alright, so we saw a pretty explosive turn, all things considered, from Marvin last time. Oh, now we do have the momentum. And we're probably going to need it. We're going to need some face-up foundations, I think, if we want to close this game out. Why is my health totals wrong? My bad, guys. The health totals are not 11. There you go. He would be okay if he could build face up. I don't think that would make him godlike unless you left his own foundation exactly as it is, so you can just loop -3 damage every attack. That would be pretty good. Sounds like an old character back in the day. I don't know about that. That's Recovery Girl you're thinking of. He'd be too similar to Recovery Girl. That'd be the problem. But Recovery Girl can build when she partial blocks, so that's just proof that Jasko has no consistency between design philosophy. It's just like, this sounds cool and not overpowered. Like Recovery Girl being able to block and take damage and build, and Muscular having to like not block to build is all because of his damage pump. Recovery Girl pumps no damage, Muscular pumps huge damage. So like they have to be different, right? Like Muscular has to be nerfed because his damage pump could be so crazy. Speaking of crazy, this move is for 14 damage, but it's gonna get breaker blocked. Let's see if this breaker gets enforced on the next check, even though both of these stages are massive. Yeah, we don't care. We absolutely don't care. We're gonna commit the 2. Thanks for hanging out, Chamber. Yeah, the layout was I just stole the layout from the official weekly Wednesday webcam and I changed the colors. So that's the layout. I had Aspira send me like an old Wednesday webcam weekly layout, and I just changed the colors to my own colors. I've been using this for Unfun Fridays when I have a Friday free. I've been doing my best to stream Unfun Fridays in the same way, but my Fridays are not good, so it has not worked out very often. So 2 naval laser beams down, both for 14 damage so far for a schmillion damage. We should be up to 9 plus 9 damage from pump ups though. It looks like we only have the 1 pump up. I guess we flipped the pump up at some point for speed or damage, because we realized that plus 8 damage plus 9 damage relatively the same. Still have 2 cards in hand for John here. Alright, we're flipping pump up. It might be to its own effect though, and not to the laser beam effect, because the stats didn't go up. But you can flip any foundation for that enhance. So flipping itself seems a little weird, but what are we gonna seal? Are we gonna seal encouraging training partner? We don't have momentum for double overhead hammer fist. This is on 8. Fix a 5. 6. 7, 8. Easy block. But what's the follow-up? We flipped pump up to seal a self-sacrifice. So that means we have to have like massive damage to follow this up, right? Why else would we permanently flip one of our foundations if we're not going to play at least 2 more attacks? Okay, Muzzle rushes some guaranteed counters. It's big, it's the correct zone, it's annoying to deal with. Yep, gonna pump that up by 8 damage. So now we're 3 counters ahead, pretty much for the rest of the game, because we flipped our pump ups. So our lead is going to be 3 counters. Three low for a bucket. Okay, we have the +1 low block. Checks another. Ooh. Doesn't feel great, but that's fine. Still gonna take the 1 damage. Gonna give up that counter. Well, I guess they both get a counter. Yep. Man, Marvin's ability to just draw multiple attacks every turn as a 5-hander is pretty impressive, I'm not gonna lie. I do think that the sealing the self-sacrifice seems like kind of a mistake, right? Like, we flipped something permanently to shut off self-sac for 1 attack that got completely blocked anyways. Like, definitely doesn't feel great in hindsight. Definitely seemed like a heavy cost for a very ephemeral effect, but we are more than halfway through with this round, which means I don't think we're going to get through a game 2 either. These players have done a lot of full blocking. Alright, so can John clap back? You've not seen John have the cool long strings that Marvin has had access to. Both players have been in deadlock for a hot minute now. And one thing I'm going to tell you right now, if you want to play Muscular at like a competitive level, if you want to have like a really serious Muscular deck, man, bring deadlock, bring nasty fucked up deadlock threats. Sorry, excuse my language. I forgot I'm trying to be PG. All right, no one tell Jasco. I don't think that they'd be upset, but I'm trying to do my best here. I'm trying to be better. But you need to bring nasty, really good deadlock. And so far, I feel like that's the one thing that's really been missing from this matchup is like a consistent, really strong deadlock threat. You know, something like determines bonus damage. You know, even just a weapon attack to use quick creation on, you know. Try to give like a floating bonus to a weapon attack and then basically get to plus ultra it. You know, I have been looking for weapons to put into my Muscular deck specifically so I can turn quick creation into a potent offensive threat in deadlock. Yeah, it looks like Marvin's going to go for the speed hate and then a card draw here. Kind of interesting to see it on the throw attack, but at the same time, you got to get that card draw while you have the life lead, right? And if you're planning to take this anyways and let them draw, it's not the worst thing to get to draw a card and then build it back down, right? Like you draw, I draw, and then this is basically just going to flip itself. And we have double super regen, so I wouldn't be surprised if we don't block this. Yeah, -1, maybe -2 more. And then this way, they're not going to get to draw a card, actually. Although I could see tight-lipping to force the issue. Yeah, we're going to try and get this to deal at least 5. But that's going to force Masked Menace to reduce it by 2 again. So it looks like we didn't tight lip it, and we're just gonna end up taking the 3 and then gaining 6. We actually gained 3 life total off that, which is exactly what you want to do as Muscular. I think life gain in Muscular is a huge deal because of his game plan to take damage, essentially. Means that at some point you have to get ahead of the damage. At some point you have to take negative damage. And super regen is a great way to do that. Excited for blood on the life symbol. Another way to get that going. Oh, I think my cat's at the door. Let me see if my cat wants to join us. Is there a cat here? No? Okay. He's not at the door. I thought I heard him. He'll come right up to the door and just scream and complain. All right. Ooh, excuse me. So another throw. Another attack that we can't pump, but is going to give us a bunch of counters. So yeah, I'm starting to feel like the life version is maybe not all in on Determined Victory Smash, but it seems like it wants to build up to that point. Marvin going to block with a Seizing the Advantage here, just to kind of stem the bleeding a bit, get another counter going. So now it looks like we're down to 22. 22 to 18. And there's that Excited for Blood. And checking the Determined Victory Smash. So 2 cards I just talked about. Kind of meeting each other in the middle. Huh. Both these guys blocking a lot. That's the biggest thing. They've managed to... Marvin has to look at his whole stage. It's all face down now. Scooping it all up. He would die to an overhead hammer fist because it would be unblockable. Would actually be an unblockable overhead hammer fist at this time. And this is just an absolutely different pace from that first matchup, right? Okay, so Seizing coming in, get that crucial flip in. A little bit of bonus stats, and then we get to spend a momentum if we want to get a couple face-ups back on our stage. So we've now seen all four naval laser beams played. We saw naval laser beam played as a block. Then we saw 2 naval laser beams get played back to back. And now we're seeing the 4th naval laser beam get played again to lead off an attack string. Might have seen 5 actually. I think we built one down and picked it up with Hardened Jab. We might have managed to play 5 naval laser beams this game. Ugh. Alright. So we flip for some speed, we put all this damage on it. Pretty much at the point where Musculars aren't going to be getting too many more counters because everything's going to start swinging for an amount that you have to block, or at least the Earth version will. You might have some Earth throws. Overhead reversal has Earth, so we could see some throws come out, but so far it's been all throws versus non-throws basically. And the lead is not much. Five mid for 17. Gonna get blocked on a 5 because of evading copy. Returning it to its printed speed. Checking another 3. Man, it feels like John has checked 3s to block a lot, doesn't it? It's like a whole lot. Keeping the self-sacks up, that's the correct call as far as staying alive goes. Oh, looks like a nice guy Marvin letting him know how evading copy works. Letting him know he only has to commit 2 because it went down to 3 speed. Here's a jab coming down, meaning we gotta look at our entire face down stage, because if you're an Earth 5-hander or Kirishima 2, it is your second hand essentially. I'm gonna pick one up, build one. It's probably an attack. I wouldn't be surprised if it's another naval laser beam though. Here is yet another hardened jab that you have to block because it's plus 11 damage at this point. Looks like it's 3 mid for 16. Absolutely bonkers. There's a 5 check. Love to see that. So double self-sack is the right play, but it's not going to mean too much when these attacks are coming in for so much damage. And we picked up seizing the advantage, which means we're going to get to flip one anyways. That's got to feel pretty good. Checking this 3 here doesn't, but you're going to get a ton of chunk into the rest of this life total. 18 life doesn't look like a whole lot when things are coming at you for 15 and 16, huh? Ugh. This one's also going to be one of the fastest attacks that either Muscular has played, really. Coming in with 6 speed, it's going to be able to give itself 1 speed. Not too shabby. Let me take a look. We've got 13 minutes left in the round. And we're still on game 1. Life totals got basically down to like 23 to 20. You know, 18, 22, stuff like that. What was it at one point? It was 26, 20. And then everything basically came to a grinding halt because both players have more card draw and blocks and foundations than the rival has attacks for the most part. But there's a chance that Marvin breaks through here. He's been able to have like the better strings of attacks, whereas John has just been like kind of poking with attacks meant to give you muscle counters, but hasn't found a good way to cash them in yet. He's got all the chips, but just no way to cash it in, and might be running out of time if this 15 damage rapid strikes hits. This rapid punch. Oh, and it's going to. This could basically mean the entire game because there's no way they finish the next game. If Marvin wins here, he just has to not lose game 2. The health total tiebreaker only comes into effect if it's 1-1 or if the games are tied. If you have a lead in games, that tiebreaker rule doesn't come into effect. It's not going to tie up the match that way. So yep, and here's another 4 attack turn, checking almost exclusively 3s, but it's just not going to matter. We're going to get this fully statted Hardened Frenzy, going to milk as much time. Dude, you got to scoop here, right? If you're John, if you're the life Muscular and you can't block this, you got to start scooping. We're wasting time. Like, he's already past the check. You're not going to be able to block, a 5 high? Maybe you can, I guess. It's not going to be able to reduce enough damage. Like, there's no reason to let him cycle there. As soon as he shows you another attack that he can pass, you just got to save time. I don't know, maybe he's got double front beatdown in his hand? That seems unlikely. I would lose my shit. Excuse my I'm so bad with the language, guys. I really am trying to keep it PG though. That's what, a +2 high? 7, 8, 9, can't pass it. Yeah. So that's game, right? We're going to scoop it up, go to game 2, and there's 10 minutes left in the round. So 10 minutes left in the round, less than 10 minutes. We're going to shuffle up and we're going to try and play a game 2. Absolutely not happening. Well, it just goes to show y'all that I do not look at the matchups before I join the table and ask people if they want to be on stream. Alright, we gotta get a Dabi on stream for the next game. My goodness. Well, that sure was a match. We now have 8 minutes left. Eight minutes left in this round. I imagine the mainstream has a game that's still going on. We don't have people flooding over here, which means that it's not over before, but yeah. Yeah, it looks like the mainstream does still have a game going on. But they're probably in game 3. That one's Shigaraki versus Mr. Compress. All right, so we have 7 minutes left in the round. 7 minutes left. Well, I guess it's 9. They have a time extension. And Muscular didn't shuffle his momentum back into his deck. At least, unless I'm tripping. I could be tripping, but Muscular did not shuffle their momentum back into their deck yet. He's going to cut his own deck. There we go. We caught it at the last minute, which means we got to shuffle for another 30 seconds. And I'm just going to call this one, guys. I'm pretty sure Marvin goes up a game. I'm going to go get a drink. Really fast, I think. Because there's just no way, right? Yeah, I'm going to grab... I should have done this earlier. I'm going to grab a drink because there's just no way that this game finishes. They get less than 7 minutes to play this game. Like, I don't know. I could be amazed, but I'm going to spend this time to grab a drink before the next round. Alrighty. Okay, so when we got the old drink refreshed, we're gonna see if John can turn 2 Marvin here, or I guess turn 3. I guess he built for 2 turns because they have. What, 5? They have 5 minutes left, guys. Five minutes to win the game. And right now, Marvin can probably just play 4 attacks and take up all that time. So far, Marvin has drawn 4 attacks Every time he attacks. Every turn he plays any number of attacks, he played at least 4. I don't know if he can do that on, what, 6 foundations? But maybe. Potentially. And it looks like this one's really fast. Right now, it's 9 speed for 3 from all of the masked menaces. Alright, build that super regen. So we gotta do 39. You have 4 minutes to do 39 damage. A monumental task, if I've ever heard one. Oh boy. It's gonna be a weird one. Alright, overhead reversals, a good way to get counters, but not a good way to deal massive damage. Maybe we fast build here, our rival draws no more attacks and we get 1 more turn, but down to 3 minutes. 3 minutes in this match, it's feeling like now or never. Especially just like 1 enhanced step on Marvin's next turn, right? Could easily just drain the clock naturally. So you don't wanna put it in the hands of fate, but with no muscle counters, you know, we're up to what, 2? That's our second muscle counter. See if we can get another one going. Checks the 5, picks up a foundation. We don't get to build one. Just get some bonus damage. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I mean, Marvin doesn't even have to play offense here, right? Like, he doesn't necessarily have to draw another attack ever. But there's no overtime. There is a 2-minute extension. It's not looking great. Not officially over, but not looking great. I'm just trying to think of a way for this to work out. But yeah, Marvin's gonna attack here and John's just not gonna get another turn. We have 1 minute left and I would be surprised if this enhanced step alone doesn't take a minute. You know, at this point, like, the enhances don't even really matter, right? They don't matter what they do. What matters is that it takes 5 seconds to say, enhance, pump up. It takes another 5 seconds to say, enhance, plus 5 damage, or plus 4, or whatever it is from hardened uppercut. I think it's plus 4. You know? It takes your rival 3 seconds to go, okay, pass. All gonna add up. Alright. That looks like a ruthless mockery block. Pretty cool tech for Muscular most of the time. Oh, sorry, this is jab. This isn't even uppercut. It's not even the plus 4 damage one. And I think that's it. I think that's the judge showing up, letting him know time is up in the round, and that's gonna be it. Man, that was, not gonna lie, that was a painful one. Now it looks like, I guess that's their phone. Yeah, they use their phone camera, scooping it up. So Marvin's gonna take this one and move on. So we do have at least the potential of a 3-0 Muscular. We're almost certainly gonna have at least one 3-0 Muscular, because there was quite a few. Let me see if I have the full breakdowns here. Is everybody submitted? Looks like we've got one match that's not. They had a time extension. We have 2 matches not reported just yet, but I know at least one had a time extension. So how many? We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 all for ones. 1, 2, 3, 4 all mights. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Dabis. 1, 2, 3 Himiko Togas. 1, 2, 3 Innsmouths. I thought Innsmouth was going to be more popular, and every Innsmouth is on water. None of the Innsmouths are playing the evil build, so that build is pretty gremlin, bro. Hey, what's up, Dragon Flames? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Ty Shadow. It is kind of like a all or nothing sort of tournament. What's the best symbol for Dabi? Probably one with Twisting Azure Inferno. I'm gonna say Chaos because it has like the best overall card quality. But they're all pretty good. Looks like, let me see the Dabis. Is Dabi on all 3 symbols? All the Dabis are Chaos and Fire. So none of them have the all symbol, and that seems correct because of Twisting Azure Inferno. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Kirogiris. So 6 all for one, 6 Kirogiri, 9 Dabi. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Mr. Compress. 1, 2, 3, 6 Shigarakis, 2 twice. That's hilarious, actually. The fact that there's 2 twice makes me happy. The next round's probably up by now. Let me take a look. Nope, not yet. And then for Musk, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Spinner. So we've got 6 all for one. We've got 6 Kirogiri. We've got 6 Shigarakis. 9 Dabi, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 Muscular. So Muscular is the most represented character in this event, but I wouldn't be surprised if there's only like 1 or 2 that go undefeated. Ooh, pairings are up. Okay. Okay, Keenan Meadows, James Wood. James Wood seems familiar. David Pena and Travis Tangeman. What are they playing? I gotta get a Dabi. I gotta get a Dabi on stream. David Pena, he's not. Alright. Keenan is okay. Let's see if we get Keenan up. Oh. Waiting for Keenan to show up. Let's see. You'll get set 4 promos? Yeah, that's the real ticket. Everyone's been waiting for set 4 promos to show up.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey,
Hello.
are you fellas cool with being on stream?
Yeah, I'm fine with being on stream.
I have a really bad internet connection, so if having more people in a Discord call is not good for that, then no, I'm not. Otherwise, I am. But
I can
don't
respect
know
that.
about it.
Alright, let's find a different game. That sucks. Shoot. Run out of people. Let's see. Who do we got? Trevor Carter. Table 3? Oh, that's not gonna work. Nope. Corey Nelson's already been on stream. Taylor Garofalo. It's alright. There you go. Table 5.
Hello.
Yeah. How you doing?
Hey, are you guys cool with being on stream?
Yeah.
We can stream.
Cool, thank you. I'm gonna mute up. I'm not a judge. I'm not part of the game. Ignore me, etc. All that good stuff.
Of course, of course.
All right. There we go. Oh, I'm on the wrong overlay. There we go. Let me. Huh. Weird that it didn't automatically change it. Last time it worked. I guess it's when I transition it. Whatever it's set up as. Cool. So, we've got Dabi 2 versus Muscular. So we're going to see if Dabi can climb the Muscle Mountain. And of course we have... Where is it? Taylor Garofalo on Dabi 2 on the top. And then we have... Where is it? Brent Kosher. Kosher? Brent on the bottom playing Muscular. So this is going to be like the matchup of like this format, right? Like this is like the matchup for people who are trying to, you know, look at the, you can only play set 4 characters and the tiebreaker rule and all that good stuff. So let's see if Dabi can deal 36 damage. And this is the best way to start. And this is Chaos Dabi. So it looks like we've got first day of class. So we're passing checks for sure. We are super passing checks here. We are going completely all out with the checks. Yeah, remove the cremation. Oh noes. Oh no. So Chaos Dabi is so good at passing checks and has all kinds of super powerful spam. That first day of class makes me wonder if we just have like a 6 difficulty attack or something like that. Do we just have an insanely greedy attack lineup? Like, do you really need that much of a bonus to your checks? My goodness. It's so many bonuses. This is Earth Muscular versus Chaos Dabi. So we get the +3 damage from Dabi, automatically activates the +1 to our checks, the -1 to yours, off Azure Inferno, and now we have +2 to our checks, or to our next check, I should say, from first day of class. So we can jam anything we want. And this block on a 6, and we checked a 2. Yeah, we have to commit one more. We have to commit one more. Ooh, double jab pummel? Come on, bro. These are so many check bonuses. Like, my goodness. I think double jab pummel's a little slow for my taste for Dabi. For Dabi 2 at least. I mean, it works great in Dabi 1 because we didn't have that many like crazy good attacks, and as a 6-hander you probably didn't build as much and you need like some filter, right? Right now though, we just got everything going. Yeah, it's good to fix your hand if your rival has to block it. So it's definitely a good reason why we saw Dabi 1 play it. So you could filter some and, you know, dig to find all those attacks, but we do get the one muscle counter, but we take this. Oh, we have double jab? Bro, we're just never failing our checks. We've had +3 to every check to play an attack since our first attack. We're gonna remove 3 for +3 damage. Now, since it's the last round, nobody is going to gain any advantage from this. I want to let you guys in on a little secret. He's only playing 2 double jab pummel. So not only are we getting a schmillion to all of our checks, those are both of our only double jab pummels that we got on turn 2. So this one is going to get blocked and we're going to take half damage. That's not going to feel great, but you have to stem the bleeding at some point, so I don't hate the decision. But we're down to 24 life by my count. Neither player has a life counter on screen, unfortunately. But that does not feel good. Oh, here's a casual 5 difficulty card that we check a 5 on with 3 difficult. Oh my. That's so gross. That's actually so gross. So this is, I believe, Blue Flame Palm Strike. Yeah, this is the one that's going to get us a momentum. So it's only 3 damage base. But we are going to get... Oh my goodness. Home Run Comet. He got the Yahtzee? Bro, that... Do you know how many times I've thought to myself, like, wow, you could actually play cards like Electric Jolt and like Home Run Comet with Blue Flame Palm Strike, but like, what are the odds you're... He hit it. He hit it. What are the odds you're just going to hit like a Home Run Comet or something off this? And he hit it. He got both the double jab pummels, and then we're going to Yahtzee the home run off the Blue Flame Palm Strike? You're kidding. You know what's really funny about that home run, or not home run, meteor shower, sorry. You know what's really funny about that meteor shower? We can play it if we check a 5. Or actually, we could pass it even if we check a 3 with the +1. This is nuts. We haven't even played an action card yet. He discarded it for damage? He said, you know what's easier than playing this on a 7 with a +1 to my check, or an 8 with a +1? It's easier just to discard it for powerful. So we're going to take 9 more damage. That's going to put us at 15 life. Muscular is down to 15 life. My goodness. And we can still play more attacks, but cashing in the meteor shower for 3 damage. Do we have another attack? It can't be like a home run comet or something, because we would cash in momentum there, right? Although I don't think Blue Flame Palm Strike is a charge. Yeah, eating that first one to get male bonding would make a lot of sense. Checks a 4 on an 8. We can commit everything. Maybe you want to keep release ready. Because here's the thing, guys. Muscular has +4 damage to all of his attacks after this. That's enough to backswing you. And with the it can't be fixed, that electric jolt won't actually slow us down. Right? We're giving him more foundations here and we're tapping out. So we're playing a dangerous game. It's far from a guarantee that Muscular even draws attacks. But if he draws a grip of attacks, like just a bunch of 4-diffs and can run them all out, that plus 4 damage to everything is going to be huge. Oh, fails the block. Wait, that's game? Whoa, did I miss something? I must have missed some damage somewhere. Wait, what? Did I miss something? Double jab for, let's see, Azure Inferno for 7. I missed 8 damage somewhere. Azure Inferno for 7. Double jab for 8. Double jab for 4. Azure was blocked. Yeah, what? There's no way it did 36, right? Like, did Muscular just scoop for time? He just checked a 3 and said, well, screw it. Like, I'm just going to game 2. I mean, okay, so like, if you're Muscular and you go down to 8 life, but you get a chance to backswing. I'm very confused. Yeah, he just scooped. There's no way it did 36. Like, even if we missed an enhance that didn't get called. Right, he didn't even try. It makes sense if, like, you were so far behind and there's no way you could turn to him, but, like, you would have 4 muscle counters. You only have to play 2 attacks to deal 19 damage. What happened? Did something leave the card pool? Like, did I blink and miss an attack? Yeah, 4 counters and pump up. And then if you hit with the first one, it's like +6, like it scales up as much as you hit. What happened? Maybe he told him he has an action in his hand or something. Like teamwork isn't out, right? Teamwork is what? Is teamwork legal? Did he just tell him I have teamwork in hand? Like, okay, so the first one gets blocked. So, but I mean, even if that deals damage, it's not lethal. Like, Azure for 7, jab for 8, jab for 4. That's 19. Then the next one deals 9. That's 28. And then Jolt does 7. That's 35. Like, even if he took the Azure Inferno to the face, it's only 35, but he fully blocked the Azure Inferno. Yeah, it wouldn't matter after he blocks. Like, you'd have to at least show it and check it. Like, I am very confused. That seemed like a rage scoop. That was like, I don't want to waste time, and I don't think I'm gonna. But like, your backswing is so easy. We must have missed something, guys. We had to have missed something somewhere. Yeah, it had to be a salt scoop or something. I just don't understand. Because he's not. I thought maybe for 1 second Dabi scooped. Maybe Dabi was like, oh, I'm tapped out and I didn't win, and he like rage scooped himself. But the fact that he failed the block, and then I'll have to ask after the game. Maybe I'll get an answer from one of the players after the game. Because that was very trippy. Alright, so Dabi got some pretty good build. Got a nice 5 build. And now we're going to try and build some more with Muscular. Muscular's committed, but I don't think that's true. I think they just forgot to ready their character. Oh, we're going to respond with Cremation. Pay 2 life, get that momentum. Thinking about it. Yep. Alright, so we're going to pay that 2 life. We're going to be at 17. Yeah, Muscular kind of needs to be ready if he wants to actually do stuff, right? Like if you want to get like the main benefit of your character. I'm sure he'll notice when he goes to adjust the muscle counter. Right? Like when he takes damage, I'm sure he'll notice. A gravity lift? Yo, Dabi plays gravity lift? I guess if you're on double jab pummel, it's not crazy, but... Wait a sec. Nah, commit the easily excited. Unless you're trying to win this turn, like... Unless you're trying to kill this turn over some weird stuff, put the damage on this one. Make this a 7 damage. I guess it'd be 10, so it's actually not that big a deal. Bro, Chaos Dabi is schnuts. Get to play all the best cards in the format. Already has a momentum, by the way. Alright, it looks like we're just going to take 7. He didn't notice, by the way. He adjusted his die on top of his character, and he did not notice. So that one was for 7, right? I'm not tripping. That one was for 7. We're at 29 just to make sure we're getting... Or, no, it was not. It was for 9. So we're at 27. Did he basic training on that one or not? The die said 3, right? Okay, so this one's currently for 7. We're still not using the basic training response. Kind of interesting. We're going to take 1 and get a counter. I guess Muscular's kind of cool with electric jolts. You know, you get to put a card in your card pool and take 1 damage. But we're set up for next turn. Oh, he healed 3. Okay, good call, chat. It's tough to do this by yourself. Like, it's tough to run the stream and do the commentary. Alright, so we're at 20. Or no, that's the wrong health. Alright, so we took 9, then we gained 3, and then we took 1. So we're at 29, right? We're at 29. Take 9, gain 3, puts you at 30, then take 1, we're at 29. Okay, cool. Okay, so here's the power of Earth Muscular. You get to run Seizing the Advantage to flip the really nasty stuff. What do you flip here, chat? I think I flip Requesting Assistance. I'm gonna flip 1 with Nature. Both are really good choices. 1 with Nature actually adds damage. So that's a good choice even if you don't plan on blocking. I like Requesting because it gives my rival the opportunity to check bad enough. But this guy is playing every check booster. He's playing double jab. He only has 2, but he drew both of them already. Like, but he's playing like first day of class, all that stuff. We've got Gravity Lift to clear our card pool next turn too, man. It's like Dabi's offensive output is off the charts right now. For next turn, it's off the charts. This is a pretty big back alley haymaker, though. We're going to attempt to block on a 9. And we're going to commit out for it. It's kind of wild. This Chaos Dabi list does seem kind of nice, but that's just Chaos in general, bro. I mean, I haven't seen a Dark Shadow Ruin yet, and like, I know we're on the charge lineup because we have that combo, but I'm like down for it. Is Tough and Cool a +2 block mod? You got to keep one ready. He blocked on an 8 instead of a 9. Oh, but another back alley. Oh man, I don't think Muscular gets to win here unless we can build a tight-lipped. We already got our double pump-ups. That was nice. A lot of people forget, man, there's a lot of good times to use the seal function on pump-up, but when we have seizing, it's super fun. You gotta flip the requesting. Yeah, you gotta flip requesting here. And then you can stun it out. I guess you could stun it out no matter what for this turn, but I think the second best thing is definitely requesting. So we still have Electric Jolt, which can commit learning the standards. Or if we build a tight-lipped, you just jolt that, right? Because right now this 9 is coming for like flat half our health. And we're going to take it? Oh, we might be dead here. We're at 8 life, and this is a big boy. I think Muscular is going to take this game. We're completely tapped out. We built a card. It's 5 speed. We're going to jolt something down. Yeah, this is the Muscular clapback. This is exactly how this matchup goes. This is exactly why the scoop was so confusing. This is exactly why scooping game 1 made no sense, right? Because he hit you twice. You know, he banked up like, I'm going to do crazy stuff next turn. And then you just play 3 attacks and he dies. Like, you just had you didn't even have Nomu levels of damage pumped there. You know? Like a Nomu wins that match. That's so crazy. So it looks like we're going to be getting a game 3. I think this is our fastest match of the night by far. First one went to tiebreakers. Second one went to time, but it had no tiebreaker needed. And this one looks like it's going to be over in the first 30 minutes. So pretty wild stuff. I mean, I don't know what you're sideboarding for these matchups. I don't know if there is a sideboard for these matchups, but both these decks are just really good at putting on buckets of damage, and if you're tapped out or you have no cards in hand, there's nothing you can do. You're just going to have to hold that. Oh, I'm a bad streamer. Alright, here we go. I got the prediction going up. Who's going to win game 3? Let's see. Let me get my little thing up here. Oh, I got a... Oops, I forgot to complete from earlier. Haha. My bad. Alright, let's start a prediction. Who wins? Dabi 2, Muscular. Go. I'm gonna set this one for 10 minutes. Well, 5 minutes. It's a fast game. Who wins? Muscular or Dabi? Dabi's going first. But if he can't deal 36 in one turn, or enough to make Muscular rage quit, then, you know, That clapback is all too easy. So 2, 2, 3, 4. Hey, we got it. Muscular builds 4, has 2 in hand. Who's gonna win game 3? What do you guys got for winning game 3? Oh my. Got the Twisting Azure Inferno coming out early. Y'all waiting to predict until you saw Twisting Azure Inferno, huh? I should probably redo the health total, huh? Ooh. Okay, so we're gonna get the full-on cremation experience. This is gonna be a nigh unblockable, much damage. So both players are gonna lose 1 life first. Then we're gonna get to respond for bonus damage. So it looks like that one was a 9 damage plus the burn one. And then we're gonna get to mail bonding. Did we super regen? Man, I wish they had a health counter like in front of us. I can't tell if he super regened on that or not. So here's a jolt on a 6, which we're gonna pass because we get +1 from Azure Inferno. Oh, I think his health is at the top. Okay. His health is at the top. It looks like he's at 28. Huh. I'll have to watch this stream back and see his health from before. I don't think he responded for damage from Twisting Azure Inferno. I think he cremated it and then didn't respond for +2 damage. Because Muscular's at 28. He's going to partial block now and go to 24. Huh. Interesting stuff. We're going to play Freezer Burn. We're going to end up committing a foundation, but it's not going to matter. This is the Muscular that beat you round 1? Well, I think this Dabi's about to get revenge for you. Because he's ticking stuff up. Although he did miss 2 damage, so... It is possible that we don't get there. And this is an interesting order to play these in. But... Gotta deal 24 more damage. Currently have +1 to our check, but 4 cards in our card pool. However, we do have double ignite. So, playing 2 more attacks is not impossible. Especially if one of them is another Freezer Burn. I don't think 2 more attacks is going to deal, let's see, 17? Maybe it does. Yeah, the bench press. Who was it? Was it you I was talking to about playing bench press and Muscular? I don't know. I was talking on stream with the chat the other day about like bench press is like the card to put in. Especially if you're playing any way to lose life. Yeah. Yeah, man. It seems like not much, right? Like, it seems like E flip for -2 damage is not a big deal. But specifically because it is life gain, when you combine it with other damage reduction, it really starts to shine. And then on top of that, I played dual needle lunge and like ways to pay life. So it also counts as repeatable damage pump for early game stuff before I have counters. So, yeah, really interesting stuff. Muscular is going to go down to 17. Let me get that updated for you guys. Took everything to the face, but now has 3 muscle counters and is dealing as much bonus damage as Dabi does. So I think Muscular has a pretty good chance. We see seizing the advantage, back alley haymaker, one of the absolute best plays you could make through all of set 3 format. It still seems to be a very potent ability now because 6 speed mid, stun 2, might force us to pop some ignites if we want to block something. And he has snack time, and he's gonna, ooh, it looks like if he flips to draw. Oh, we got the jolt down. We got jolt on it. Good stuff, good stuff. Jolting the chivalrous, I think, was a good idea. But we are gonna snack time this. This one's gonna hit, guys. This plus the next attack snack time, this is over, right? This is going to hit for, what, 8 damage? And then our next attack is going to have +4. And we paid 1 life. So if we have a 6 damage move, or we have like another back alley that can build a tight-lipped, it's actually game. Well, I guess the other one won't have +2 speed, but yeah, we're just going to end up... looks like we're just going to take that 8 to the face. Then now we're at 10. We haven't built a foundation yet, though, have we? We chose to draw from back alley, I think. Nope, he's giving it the +1/+1. Maybe that's from snack time. But I was updating the life totals. Maybe I missed it. Did we build? We didn't build a 0 with back alley, right? We drew a card? Maybe we built to 0 and it was a campy fixed. I'm doing too many things at once. Every time something happens, I have to look at the other screen to update it. But this is... No, because if it's snack time, we would have stunned by now. Oh, he built seizing. God, that card is insane. I hate that. I hate that that's the answer, actually. That he built seizing so he gets the +1/+1 this. You're absolutely right, though. He built seizing. And that's a muscle rush. Because the... Oh, my goodness. Muscular's gonna take this one. So, if your bingo card had Dabi 2 taking this whole event, and not Muscular, it's not even the tiebreakers. It's not even the tiebreakers. It's just Muscular has a really good clapback, a really good revenge backswing, however you want to put it, for this format, especially against 7-handers. All the little Shigarakis and all the Dabis can try as they might, but back alley haymaker is just an absolutely bonkers card, man. Seizing the advantage plus back alley. Now, did we have 10 cards removed from game? Did we have the ability to block with those ignites, right? We'll never know. I'm going to see if I can't ask one of the players what happened with game 1. Give me a second here. I don't want to like interrupt their convo, but I am curious. Maybe I can just text one. Let me see.
Scary. If I had checked a 3,
I don't want to like interrupt their thing and put them on stream, but I don't want them to leave. Let me just man up and ask.
Checked 12 every time, so.
yeah,
Hey.
no, that your checks were insane. Huh?
Hey, can I ask you guys a very quick question?
Yeah.
Hey.
Just because the stream is curious, I got my chat asking me, for game 1, how did game 1 end?
Game 1, Dabi wrecked me because I got to build one and pass. Oh,
Okay.
no, sorry, that was previous. That was
I think you built.
I built 3 and passed, and then it was
I played 2
Twisting
double
Azure.
jabs.
Yeah, it was Twisting Azure
I
into
played it
a
all?
double
Well,
jab.
so we saw the line. I'm just none of us had the damage adding up to 36. Was
Was
it
it,
actually lethal?
Yeah,
What
it
was
was
it at?
actually lethal.
It was exactly okay because we missed
It
something
was
on
exact
the.
change. It was
Okay.
exact change.
Okay, because we saw the Twisting Azure got blocked, and then it was like 8 damage, 4 damage, 7 damage, 9 damage, but we had it like missing by. So I'm just curious because yeah, I know like the block missed. You checked the 3 on like the partial or whatever, but
Yeah, it was.
we
a
just
rough
missed
time.
the damage.
Yeah, when we were doing the math, it came out to exact change pretty much.
Okay,
Like that was it.
all right. I'll have to watch it back. because I'm doing this.
I'll be curious to see because
Yeah.
we were going through and we were counting it up.
Yeah, I'm running the stream by myself, so like every time I adjust life totals, I'm like looking over, right? So I'm definitely not catching everything.
Yeah, I think that there were some other buffs that he was throwing on besides just the +3 every time.
I don't really remember. I don't
remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you could let us know at the end of all of it, then
Right, yeah,
that'd be cool.
The VOD will definitely be up on YouTube at some point from this stream. Definitely, I can't say when, but before,
because I would love to see.
Yeah, before Friday. But I just remember the Twisting Azure got blocked, and so from there I was like, okay, well this is fine. And then when you scooped up the cards, we were all like, wait, hold on. So we'll have to go back. We'll have to check it out. But good games, fellas. I'm gonna let you all go.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna go back to the stream.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
Have a good one. Have a good night.
Peace.
And
Okay, so there you have it. They had it building up to lethal. I wonder if I can just watch my own VOD, like right now, and take a look, because I'm mega curious. Because none of us in the chat had that dealing 36, right? Absolutely none of us. I think I'd have to end the stream to get the VOD to watch. That's absolutely insane to me. That's absolutely crazy, but there you have it. Congratulations to let me make sure I get the player's name right. Where is it? Brent Cozier. Congratulations to Brent Cozier cashing out $125 for the first ever monthly Monday Mayhem. Showed up after the first game, but you guessed right on the prediction. Nice. Oh yeah, let me go pay out that prediction real quick. I don't have the VOD, so I can't go back and look just yet, but I'm gonna take a look. There's no top cut. It's just if you 3-0, you get paid. If you win 3 games, basically if you win a local, you get paid. That's why there can be 0 ties. That's why there's no ties allowed. Because it just cuts to top 8. Muscular wins. There you go. I'm very curious what the final standings will be like, but we got about 20 minutes left in the event, so I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send you guys over to the I'm gonna raid. You don't actually have to go anywhere, but I think we're gonna raid the main channel there. Gonna send my viewers over there. I'm gonna end the stream so I can take a look at this VOD, and I also gotta rest my voice. I have a podcast I'm doing later tonight, but if you guys like pro wrestling podcasts, you should check out my YouTube. I got a pro wrestling podcast now. Gonna try and have orange card, blue card this week with Nathan DeWalt. We had to reschedule, but I'm gonna send you guys over to the official stream. So hopefully they still got a game going for you guys to enjoy. And thanks for hanging out in my stream, guys. I really appreciate you hanging out with me. We had a bunch of fun. I know that second round was tough, but you know, it is what it is. It is the muscular format for the first monthly Monday Mayhem, but I'm signing off for tonight, everybody. I'll see you probably tomorrow night if I stream Unfun Stuff practice, but definitely Wednesday and Thursday. Those are definitely going to be days I take advantage of this week. So peace out for now. See you on the flip side. Let's go watch the final match on Unfun Stuff's main channel. I forgot there's a 10-second like ready buffer, but all right, we're going raid now.
Essentially,
Correct.
you and I were saying the same thing, but like
100%.
You were saying it within the correct context.
I was saying it correctly.
Yeah, within the correct.